Minar suggested it. Minar gave us the links to these servers. We're back in with Minar. Sort of.
Yeah.
And we have a tentative agreement from him to do Kings tomorrow from 6 to 10.
So put it up. Put the thumbnail up. The same one you had before.
I absolutely will. And
Great.
just give
Episode
me
3
one
is in the
second.
house.
Episode 3 is in the house. All right, let me just send this out on Discord. Okay. Let's see here. Are we going through? Said from the first.
Can you just get me on and then do that stuff?
Yeah. Just making sure we're live. Okay, yeah, we are live. Okay. I did not go to the pool yesterday at Iron Lotus. There's no pool. All right. So this is the politics and religion server. We're just trying this out. We haven't really done this before. But let's see here.
Wait a second. Can you just go like no? Okay, so you've got Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. This is a VC.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Then you have diversity in debate.
Okay.
Damius gifted a sub.
Dennis.
Thanks, Damius. Then you have learn about God.
TM.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The body of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Calvinism. 24/7 flat Earth Discord. Kenosis
I thought
Fight
we were
Club.
looking at different ones before.
Yep, further down. The Round Table, nobody's in there. Abrahamic Coliseum. Faith Breakers, Christian Chat, Dawa, Fluffy Atheism, Philosophia, Catholic Chat, Panhandlers, Atheist Helpline. Join to create. Okay, so this is a whole folder of VCs. I don't know what that means. I think it means
Let's just
for
start.
stream.
Let's start with Ask an Atheist.
Okay. All right. Before you can talk here, do
But
not.
Don't they need roles? You want to put Kath or something, right?
Yeah.
Teleported there because I fucking spilled the potion. It broke the glass and it just teleported me everywhere around the map. So I wasn't in a classified interrogation and they got fucking mad at me for that. So it was kind of funny when
You
it
can't
happened.
use the camera.
I tried explaining it to them and they were like, yeah, you gotta watch your fucking chemicals, man.
Gotta watch yourself, otherwise you wreck it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of it was funny. Like it teleports you randomly to all like to places around the map, and of all the fucking places it could have teleported me, it teleports me to the one interrogation of like this high level terrorist or something. Interrogation room, yes, fucking fun. So they immediately arrested me and put me in jail for like 5 real minutes, and that kind of sucked.
And they
It's
have
chemical-
less.
Yeah. It's actually a really fun server if you're into that kind of stuff, but you have to like it is really pay to win, you know? It's a server on Garry's Mind. It's very laggy too most of the time.
For what game?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, we have something a little different about us today. A little different. Well, I mean, I'm not the only one that's pretty different. I know that the thorps are different too, right? It seems like Ben is back at it again, and he is, he really wants to go full force with the whole debate bro stuff. Which is pretty cool in my eyes, right? I think that's pretty cool for the most part. But, which is, I guess Manar isn't out of the picture completely, or at least like maybe in their Discord he's out, but like behind the scenes, behind like everything else, Manar is not gone. If anything, Manar is still there. Quite interesting, in my honest opinion, if you ask me. But even so, even with that, right? What are we to expect, right? With this new, I guess, saga that Bennett's going through. Now, mind you, this whole thing was more than like 7 to 8 hours. I mean, like literally, this is like almost like I believe like a 4 or 5, 8 hour stream. It was a long stream, probably one of the longest that the Dorps ever had. It quite a bit of time, right? Because like the last couple of days, apart from the Menard stuff, they've been very sporadic throughout the day in their recording, right? Which is either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what kind of person you are and how you personally feel about the Dorps, right? Right. I think if you're not really into like everything else, their usual content, like the IRL, the struggle session, and everything else, you're not really gonna care about Ben's debate stuff, right? What he's been pushing very hard throughout the year, but due to other reasonings, that hasn't been the case. Now, I'm not sure how long this is going to last. This can easily last like a day or two, or this can last for quite a while. Because the last time they tried to push this, the LA arc started, which is something also I think they need to think about. Like, well, when another arc or another like major IRL stuff happen, are they gonna still like do their debate stuff? They're the debating everything, or are they just not going to and they're gonna take a bit of a break? Which is, I guess, maybe a good thing or bad thing. I don't know. Also, I'm not really one to judge people by their looks, but uh, just by looking at Ben and Grace, Ben, holy moly, in the Lord name, you look very disheveled, right? Right. I know, it's a still image, but damn, Ben, you do not look the best in that picture or the still image, right? In Grace, you're kind of putting a lot of layers. Sorry. I know I shouldn't be judging my people looks because obviously I'm just a frog with a little rat on my head, just a little frogger. But in all seriously, like Ben looks pretty disgusting. Like I understand why D Dog kind of actively just mocks Ben and Grace for their looks. Like you can just tell with Ben that there's just like a layer of grease. You can tell like there's a lot of grease in his hair. He hasn't taken a shower in a good day or two. I mean, also I know that it's been extremely hot where they live, so yeah.
What happened there? What happened a lot of times is governments see it it's very important that their people have the same way of looking at things. It's a way in which rulers gain adhesion, right? Is that we all have the same world view.
Basically,
It's universal,
what's
right?
the word?
That's gross.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember the word, but it's when they like a government like removes like outside information / influence for greater control. I forget the exact word for it. Like, is it just isolation?
Well, it's kind of what goes on in this server, right?
What? It's kind of what goes on in North Korea.
Yeah, right. Just like in this server,
what do
that
you
you
mean
guys
going-
are assholes to anyone who presents an alternative point of view, right?
Have you been muted or stopped from speaking once?
You've been extremely rude, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so
Yeah, no,
yes,
we're allowed, like,
so
extremely rude, burning people's dick, basically the same thing.
yeah, like
Social-
you understand the difference between allowing you to speak and passionately disagreeing.
yeah, that's fine. I got no problem.
preventing
I got no
you from
problem.
Speaking completely.
I was muted a lot in the other server, but I would have to say, like, you guys are like very, very open compared to most Discord servers. So I'm not gonna bitch about that.
I'm just confused, like why we're talking about the morality of the Catholic Church. Like, do you think Spotlight is propaganda?
Not really. I mean, I'm from New England, so I know a lot about that that whole thing. I think that's largely.
Maybe we move on from morality of the Catholic Church.
We can't, because he has this weird
I don't know what you're talking about.
You ask him for a moral like paradigm from the Catholic Church, right? And it's either not one, right? So it's either just archaic, ass backward, like completely wrong, right? Or it's behind its time by several hundred years, as is the case with the Greeks. Or we're asked to compare the cutting edge of the Bible or Catholic teaching right? Which is slaves obey your masters and women be silent and
Yeah, it
don't
does
teach
say that.
men.
Yep.
Versus
Didn't the
versus
Catholic
the
Church
rest of
sign
the
a treaty with
Greeks
Hitler? Was that
500
thing that
years
happened?
ago.
I don't like going that route, and I'm gonna disagree
So
harsh if we're gonna go that route.
I just don't think like are you guys capable of being moral at all? Like where does morality come from?
Where does morality come from?
Oh, obviously.
Well, I mean, from a Catholic point of view, morality is the like preternatural voice of God in your conscience, but also it is confirmed
Even when it
in
disagrees?
Revelation.
Even when it
Well,
disagrees.
that can't be right though, because God can. One person's conscience could tell them one thing is okay, and another person's conscience could tell them that it's not okay.
Can I tell you something interesting you might not know about the Catholic Church? If you
But as I said before, like back to this whole debate stuff, and just kind of watching a lot of it, you could kind of tell that Ben is actually enjoying himself. He's actually like kind of happy for what he's trying to do. I mean, this is something that he's been wanting to do for quite a bit of time. He's, if anything, he's like been complaining and crying about it. So I guess he's finally getting what he wanted. Right. All right. But like again, how long this is going to last, I don't even know, right? This can easily be like something that can last like 2 or 3 or 4 days easily. But if the Menard stuff is still going on, then I don't know how they're gonna continue with everything else. You know? Like that's how I think about it, right? Like, cause again, I know I'm repeating myself a bit of a loop, but like when you're talking about the thorps, it's always going to be a loop. You're always gonna have to deal with the fact that you're gonna be looping quite a bit. Do I think that do I think that this is going to go somewhere? I don't know. For the people who've been watching them for quite a bit of time, they probably gonna be like, give it a couple of days and this probably be gone and over and done with. But maybe to other people, this is something that could keep Ben occupied, right? Like where Grace can do her little IRL stuff and Ben can do his debate. Also, one thing the thorps can easily do it, they can just multi-stream it. Even if they're not getting like donations or monetization on YouTube, they could at least like try to, like they could at least try to like push that stuff. Like it may take them a while, right? Or anything, they can just upload, they can just save the stream and upload it as a video and they can gain a lot of traction from there. Or again, they can just multi-stream it, right? Because like Kick doesn't save a lot of their streams, right? So it's just bizarre that they don't do stuff like that. Like most people, right, would at least multi-stream, right? Or at least they'll have a backup, or they'll at least upload their backup onto their main account on YouTube, right? They may not be getting much on there, but it's at least something that keeps them somewhat relevant and within the algorithm. But the thorp don't even do that. Again, it kind of makes me wonder how long this is going to last. And they did mention kings may or may not be a thing, right? Because Manar, again. But we'll have to wait and see. Right? But till next time, and before we move on, I don't know if you guys like this. I'm probably gonna keep working on this for quite a bit of time. I did a stream already, so we're gonna see where this takes us. Right? We're gonna see where this exactly takes us, and it's gonna be a process. So, road to 500. I don't know. Till next time, God bless.